This episode is brought to you by FX's Feud, Capote versus the Swans. Inspired by actual events, the series tells the story of Truman Capote and the women he betrayed. The original housewives. They were society's most elite women. Rich, glamorous socialites who defined a bygone era of high society New York. From creator Ryan Murphy, this drama series features an all-star cast, including Naomi Watts, Demi Moore, and Diane Lane. FX's Feud. All new Wednesdays on FX Stream on Hulu.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody happy hour.
Here we go. Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
And we got a guest, special guest.
April, who is our guest?
Well, you might have heard us talk about him, but he heard us talk about him too. This is number one fan, Matt, if you've ever been at our live show. He's been at everyone in the back or front row.
Even since $1.55 from the aliens coming to take you.
Oh, yeah, you got to get closer.
Oh.
Like, almost like you're giving it a blowjob.
It has been a long
Wait,
time.
$1.55?
Remember y'all did a podcast, I think it was $1.55, and exact change, you have to have that to go to some special heaven place.
Oh,
it's at the very beginning.
The Heaven's Gate cult.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of,
I was like, we had a live
ones.
show that was $1.55.
No. No, that was one of the podcasts y'all did.
Nice. Okay, so number one fan, Matt Dixon, he is the one that tatted himself up with the Bloody Happy Hour tattoo. And so he's our special guest. And he brought us, my love language is chips and dip. And he brought us some salsa.
Pretty good salsa.
It's
Dixon's
called
Pretty Good Salsa.
Tell us about Pretty Good Salsa.
Yeah, so I literally just started making it like 3 weeks ago. Just got registered at the courthouse, so I'm officially a business now.
Oh.
So it's pretty. Have labels coming in. So again, Dixon's Pretty Good Salsa. I had my nephew come over and he tried it. He goes, "Hey, Uncle Matt, this is pretty good salsa." I said, like, "Fucking A." I said, "That's what it is, baby." And everyone seems to love it. So I wanted to bring y'all some because I love you girls.
Yay.
You're the best.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's probably Caroline's dinner tonight.
Absolutely.
It's usually my dinner every night when I have to make it. I literally have to go home and make more tonight.
That's great. And he brought us some Truly.
Truly, we have these shots, and I mean, I can't wait till Thursday when we can just go all deep into all these things and talk about them and ask all these questions.
Yeah. Are you ready for your questions?
I've been ready for this question since day one.
It's like, in case they ask me this.
I don't even care because obviously, I will put all my business on the table.
Yeah. So, if you don't like R-rated podcasts, you might want to skip this one, the next couple episodes, just because.
But if you're here, we know that you know what to expect.
Yeah.
If you're new, what is today that we're doing, April?
Oh, it's Tuesday. It's our Quickie Day.
It's our Quickie Day.
Yeah.
I love quickies.
So we tell what's in the news right now.
Right now, there's so much.
But before this episode is brought to you by
BetterHelp. BetterHelp. What better thing to do in 2024 is get some better help.
Mo better.
If
you're thinking about starting therapy, you should try BetterHelp. It's completely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So you just have to fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. What do you have to lose?
Do you know that there's all these memes going on Facebook that if you fall asleep to true crime documentaries or podcasts that you need therapy? So just go to BetterHelp. All you got to do is go to BetterHelp.com/bloody. That's HELP.com/bloody. you get 10% off your first month.
Oh,
Go do it now. Go.
I'm thinking about
Good
it.
thing I
You're going
met
to?
with
Oh,
my
I'm in for sure.
psychiatrist the other day.
Okay, so let's talk about what's in the news. I got to go back on the Kansas City 3.
Oh, I know. We
Yes.
have updates that were just coming out yesterday and today.
Yes.
And I'm sure by the time you hear this, more updates, but this is what's happening.
We're recording on the 1st. So, Kansas City 3, to recap, those are the 3 guys that were in the house when they watching the Kansas City game and over at a friend's house to a watch party, and they were found on the backyard in the snow. 2 were in the snow dead, and 1 was on the back porch dead. The owner of the house didn't answer the door for days. DTF girlfriend down to find fiance, broke in through a window, I believe, and found the bodies, called 911. When the police got to the door, what we know now is Jordan, the owner of the house, answered it in his boxers.
The renter of the house.
Renter of the house.
In his whitey tighties or something.
Yes.
Holding a glass of wine.
A glass of wine.
And said he'd been asleep for 2 days.
2 whole days.
It's a lot of sleep.
And when asked what happened to the guys in the backyard, he had no idea and just said, oh, well, I guess they froze to death.
Yeah.
So there's been one of the neighbors filmed a little video, and it just kind of shows him being handcuffed, but he was never arrested because there was not really a crime scene going on.
Didn't they say at the beginning, like, there was no foul play?
Foul play, yeah.
Like, what?
Well, and he also had 2 days to get rid of any foul play.
And
it could have been.
Did we? Because we talked about this 2 weeks ago, and you did the quickie a couple weeks ago, and we didn't know at the time he was a scientist. Did we?
We did.
We did.
Yeah, we knew he was a scientist because I was like, he's probably cooking up some good meth.
I don't know what he cooked up, but he cooked something up.
Yeah. So people were thinking the only way to make this make sense is drugs. Like there had to have been some drugs involved. Family was saying, no, the people aren't drug addicts, but they said addicts. That does not mean that they did not dabble every once in a while on drugs when they're drinking.
Facts.
And what came out just yesterday or the day before is that Jordan, the guy who lived in that house, rented that house, has admitted himself into a rehab facility. And a close friend of the close family member said that this incident helped him to realize that he has had a real drug problem. This makes this story more believable because now we know there were drugs. Jordan went inside the house to sleep off his high, where they probably just passed out outside. And so I was listening to one of the doctorate doctors that they interviewed and said that could have very well happened. And after being out there for an hour and a half, your heart rate's going to go down, your body temperature is going to go down, and you will slowly slip into hypothermia. And you said that on the first podcast. You probably don't even remember.
Real damn smart. But why did they go outside?
That's probably where they got high. And I can't remember. Did you watch that game? I can't remember if it was actually snowing at that game.
When we talked about it, we thought it was that game that would just happen. We thought it was but it was actually the game before that. Who they played, the Chargers. We thought it was the Dolphins game, but it was the Chargers game. Okay. So it was already like a week, whatever. But it was still cold. But I don't understand why they would go outside like without their jackets on. If they went outside to get high.
I don't know what you do, like what getting high makes you do. Maybe you get high outside because you're smoking something. Jordan just went back in and got on the couch. They stayed out there, had a horrible reaction, and passed out, but then the cold is what maybe took them down.
I don't know. The toxicology and the autopsy to get back.
And they were saying fentanyl, can do different things. Sometimes you die instantly. Sometimes it's a slow little death, but yeah, we do need
But
that.
did he cook up theirs? Because didn't he make the drugs for them in his little science lab or something?
I don't know if that
It's
was
alleged.
just, yeah.
There's been so many things.
But they haven't, I mean, I haven't seen any articles that said this was a known drug den or a known drug house.
Yeah.
And if nothing is sketchy in the house, I would think they would have said, oh, a lot of drugs have been found in the house.
I mean, what kind of drug do you, unless it was like LSD or some mushrooms or something where they like hallucinated and they thought they were walking into the heater room? I don't know.
But what if it wasn't snowing when they were out there and it started snowing?
Maybe they
once
were.
They were
what
out
if
there?
they probably were making snow angels?
Maybe and just passed out.
I mean, something I would do.
Matt, what do you think?
Snow angels?
Yeah, probably.
No.
I mean, I would do that for sure.
See?
So this is my newest little small obsession because I need answers. But can you imagine, even if you just dabble in drugs, right? You wake up, I guess you can sleep for 2 days on certain drugs.
I mean, 2 whole days? You like just are comatose? And then you just...
Or did he wake up, smoke it, and then go back to
Maybe
sleep?
if it was like an extra gummy or something.
Like that dog that
Right.
I heard about that took that
Yeah.
cookie?
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
I don't know.
But even like if it's a meth, that makes you get up and do shit.
Yeah, that's why I think it was like some kind of hallucinogen. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what makes you sleep for 2 days.
I don't know either.
If
but
you
she
are
probably
a
wasn't
drug
asleep.
addict and you've had an experience for 2 days of sleep, please reach out to us. We
You're
need to
come down.
know.
NyQuil.
I mean, Benadryl could probably make me sleep for 2 days.
No, it's going to take a lot more for me to sleep. I can take a whole bunch of stuff and I'm still wide awake.
Oh, okay.
Clearly, I need to go rehab.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Hey, I'm Blair.
And I'm Brittany. And we're the host of
By the Cover Podcast.
We cover everything from mysteries, thrillers, romance, chick lit, and even some smut.
Don't forget the smut.
Yeah.
We're so excited to get this thing going and share this with you guys. We've been talking about this for months, and it's finally happening.
Yes.
Special shout out to Rogue Media for helping us with this.
For sure. For sure. You can find us on Instagram at bythecover_podcast.
You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok, so don't forget to give us a follow on those too also.
And we are so excited to dive into some of our favorite books and share those with you.
We can't wait. Hope you love it.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Moving on.
So moving on to Waco, Texas. We're going right now with something semi-big that's going on in Waco that has taken my whole
Life over. Now you understand.
brain.
Yes.
Yes.
When you have a trial that's being live tweeted, you can't stop.
I know.
I know.
But it's different because it's local.
And it's local.
And these
we've covered it.
names- Yeah.
See. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's names being dropped today. Okay, so if we go back to the David and Belinda Temple case, we did the guilty. I think that was during the Guilty or Innocent month. He was
Okay.
basically like Scott Peterson. He was the coach, played football at SFA, coached at Katy, one of the Katy high schools. His wife was a teacher. She was 9 months pregnant. He allegedly shot and killed her and their unborn son and acted like he had no idea what happened. He got away with it for 8 years. Okay, so that story, go back and listen to it. The best friends of the Temples in that story were the Harlans, Tammy and Quentin Harlan. They testified against David. They knew that David killed Belinda, all that stuff. And just recently, David was actually sentenced April 2023 because there was multiple trials. Then there was COVID, verdicts were overturned. Then there was COVID. So he's actually finally sentenced April 2023.
Wow. And this episode is I just looked 54.
54, okay. Yeah. So that is how we introduced Tammy Harlan. Then we find out. So then I know that they come to Midway and they're teaching and coaching at Midway High School. But that's all I said. I forgot all about Bunko and I forgot all about the crime that happened here.
Yeah.
So in 2016 in Waco, Texas, there was an accident at night where one of our Baylor students, his name is David Grottenberg, him and his girlfriend were riding their bike home, they're college students, from the movies, and David was hit by a car, tossed up by a car.
Yeah.
And died right there on the scene.
Was it
this was on Franklin.
And it was late?
It was later. It was like after 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. His girlfriend was with him. Now, we knew nothing. We saw it on the news, but it went unsolved for about 2 years. There were no suspects. All we knew is that there was a white-colored, not a sedan and not a van. So you would think like a SUV, like a small SUV. So this girlfriend saw a white-colored SUV, hit him, kept speeding, didn't brake, didn't stop, didn't do anything, just kept going, okay? 2 years later, in 2018, a anonymous letter goes to the police department and names a lady named Tammy Harlan, who is, at this time is the special ed director at Midway ISD.
Oh, she was I didn't know. I knew she was administrative.
Yeah. And so she gets put on, she has to leave. And she gets arrested, but she makes bail. Then we find out that a couple days after this wreck, she drops her car off at Marlin Walmart.
Yes, and
confesses to a coworker. That next morning, she confesses to a coworker, frantic. I killed him. He had the article of David Grottenberg. This is what's all coming out right now in trial.
Yeah.
It's the article of David Grottenberg on her computer, and she says, I killed him, I hit him, I killed him, I think I killed him. So coworker is like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? They go retrace the route from the party she was at. She was at a party with other coworkers where she was inebriated, retraces her steps from that house where the party was back to her place. And they see a sign that was knocked down and had a dent, like in the sign, not on the pole. So then she's like, oh, that's what I hit. I remember now. That's what I hit. Then she feels better. Then she takes her car to Marlin, gets it fixed.
Why are you going to Marlin, girl?
Yeah. Why are you parking your car in Walmart parking lot if you don't think something is a little sketchy? Anyways, right now, all this is coming to head in trial. Her coworkers that she allegedly confessed to are testifying because they believed her. This coworker believed her when she says, no, I didn't hit the sign. I didn't hit the kid. I hit the sign. I was just drunk, but I feel better. God spoke to me and revealed to me that I hit the sign. So a little sweet coworker, maybe she's sweet, believed her and didn't do anything after that. So that's when the 2 years went by. Then it finally came out there's an anonymous letter, and that's when she's arrested. She was supposed to go on trial, but COVID happened. It has been postponed and postponed and postponed, and it started this week.
And today was all the tweets. That we have somebody in the courtroom live tweeting.
Yeah.
April's totally caught up. I'm glancing over them now. And does it say that the party she was at was at the Glazman's house?
Yeah.
In
they
Woodway?
were the HR. That was the HR. She was the HR director.
That's literally right next door to my house, and I lived there. So,
really?
yes. They were What does this happen? Yes.
That's why I was so into
he was
this.
the principal, right?
Uh-huh.
And Woodway.
Yeah.
And I just found
your
that out
neighbors right now?
No, well, no.
Back then?
Yeah, back then.
Okay.
That's
okay.
What?
And what's crazy is like this summer, all the people that were involved with this, just about all of them, because one of them still works there that I know of, all retired because they knew this trial was coming up.
And these people, all of this is named. Like, this is all public record. This is all out there, and it's a public trial. Anybody can go, so we're not like outing any whatever. People are testifying who we have heard of and stuff. So
it was a sad testimony from the girlfriend. They also had another witness that was there at the wreck, and she testified seeing a white SUV car. She watched David get hit. At that time, Tammy drove a silver SUV. So in the dark, it is very easy to get those two colors mixed up. So at first I was thinking, is that going to help us or hurt us or whatever?
Okay, sorry.
Was any what?
Was somebody with her while she's driving?
So there is
or we don't know
there's a rumor, this is alleged, that a guy that she was having an affair with at the time was in the car with her. That has not been put in any documents yet, but the trial's not over, and that person helped flee the scene.
And this happened in 2016. It comes out that she gets arrested 2018 or 19. COVID happens. Why did it take from COVID to now? Did they say what, like, delays, or there was like they're trying to figure out what the charges were going to be brought against her?
Well, all the trials that were postponed in COVID are happening now.
Okay.
Like even our little teacher that shot her kid, that was supposed to happen in 2020, but it was postponed. So we're still catching up on COVID trials.
One other thing I thought was crazy was that I knew she was out on bail or bond or whatever, but she's just walking in from the outside, like going and sitting there, and then leaves and goes home
in the
courtroom.
Well,
like
she's not convicted yet.
I know.
I'm sure
I never have seen that. I guess everyone I've watched, they've all been like, yeah, you can dress nice, but you're in custody.
Right.
But she's not in custody, and I just think that's just strange.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. So I was like,
she got a divorce after this and ended up moving the area. Her and the guy she was having an affair.
And then didn't she get a DWI there too?
I don't know.
That hasn't come out yet.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We're not that far. So we're going to follow this case. Me and Caroline are actually getting up tomorrow.
Are we going?
Morning,
You know
and
I'm
we are
going.
going. Yeah, I mean, it's right here. Why would you not go?
Why would you not go? We would be a failure to all the listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So
I'm going to kiss Tommy Witherspoon on the mouth for being such a great tweeter.
Will you record that?
Huh?
Will you record that?
And the mouth.
We have to talk to him.
Now, okay.
I saw you tweeted him and he responded to your tweet. And I was like, oh, that's
so I have two coworkers that were working for Tammy at the time. And I'm not going to say the coworker's name, but this was November of 2018. And so this was after she had already been arrested.
Okay.
Okay, after she had already been arrested. And they had just found out that she had just was no longer there. Her and side piece were no longer there anymore. But they didn't know all the other stuff that's happening, like about the hit and run and everything, because it hadn't been public
They just thought
yet.
they're like, oh, well, she's just arrested?
They thought it was because of having a side piece.
Oh. You don't get arrested for that.
No, they didn't know of the arrest yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so they just thought, she's not working at Midway, what's going on? So they just were reaching out.
Got it.
This is Tammy's response. No name.
Wait, what was the message? They just were like, hey,
checking on you. What's going on? Just checking on you, basically. The response was, your text brought me to my knees in thanksgiving, and I'm sending you both the same response because I'm not sure if you know or not, but your text came in within minutes of each other. And it was not by accident. It was exactly what I needed to read, and at the exact moment you sent it. I'm unable to share details of this current journey I find myself on, which in turn, Quint and the girls, so that's husband and the girls, are on as well. But what I can share is that we have a God who has already won the battles and who lights his purposeful path in a manner that is for the good of all to glorify his name.
Huh?
Through yours text, God has used you to nudge me to the truth, his truth, and not the lies of Satan. And that I am loved, cared for, and valued, and not alone. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for responding to God's judge to reach out.
God's judge? What is
nudge?
Oh.
I thought you said judge too.
I probably did. I pray soon I will be able to share in detail the magnitude of your effect and blessing on me.
I don't know anything she just said in that message. What is she trying to say? She's like, basically, thank God that you reached out to me. You made me realize that I'm not lying and Satan's.
What do people do when they go to prison?
Oh, they get right with God. They get right with God and they become secondhand to Jesus.
So I just thought that was funny. Is like, she's just like, God's nudge you. It was just classic, I guess. Which that is when you're supposed to get down on your knees, like when you're going through the worst part of your life. Yeah, that is when you're supposed to surrender. But I would have been like, "Thanks for checking on me. Keep me in your prayer." Like I don't know, keep me in your prayers. Yes, like it just really went all out.
Wow, and she's pleading not guilty. Did you say what the charges?
Manslaughter.
Yeah, there's
no. I got too many things in my.
I know.
I got too many cases in my head. I don't remember what the charges were.
It is.
But she can do up to 20 years for
both. Yeah, it's just manslaughter. Yeah. Hit and run death.
So today they showed crime scene photos and the medical examiner, and the mama stepped out during this time because she did not want to see.
And you know what's really sad is that I kind of want to be there when they show that stuff, which I'm real weird. I have issues
for the mom.
I know. And this is the same way even for like the Caitlin Armstrong trial, like when that whole family was there and you're just sitting right behind them, and I was like, oh gosh, I have to move.
His whole family's here. He was from Minnesota.
It just hits different. She's charged with manslaughter and failure to stop and render aid in an accident involving death, both second-degree felonies punishable by up to 20 years in prison.
He's
from Minnesota.
Is from Minnesota. So, like, you send your kid across the what's this called? Country to go to college. And then you get the worst phone call ever. The worst phone call ever. And then you find out this may never get solved because they had no leads besides a white SUV. And if it wasn't for this anonymous letter.
And we don't know who They're not revealing.
People think that it's the side piece. Oh,
oh hell!
but I don't know. I don't know
the
if they'll
bike,
reveal.
And there's the bike that's over there on the thing.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated with that. And then my last story is we're going to go to Pennsylvania. And we're going to talk about 32-year-old Justin. I don't know how to say his last name. Mohan?
Oh my God.
He was taken into police custody for first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, and possession of an instrument of crime with intent. So, the first-degree murder was for his dad, Michael Mohn, M-O-H-N, 68 years old. Now, in a YouTube video titled Mohn's Militia, Call to Arms for American Patriots. In the video, he wore rubber gloves. And then he held his father's severed head up in a plastic bag. And then again later on in a cooking pot in the plastic bag. Twice.
April, tell him what happened. Tell him what happened. I had to, when I told you about it, I had already watched the whole thing. And I got the video.
Oh, the video? Yeah. Caroline still, so the YouTube video was put up for a couple hours, but it was taken down. But of course, people like Caroline and others have done like screen recordings.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Now
I'm for sure on the FBI list at this point.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're transferring evidence. Now, he referred to his father as a traitor in this video. And he called for the death of all federal officials as well as attacks on Joe Biden's administration, BLM movement, LGBTQ plus communities, Antifa activists. But the video was, of course, taken down. Now, what happened is his mom was gone all day and came home around 7 p.m. and saw her husband's body in the bathroom. And saw that her son was missing. And she also saw a machete and a kitchen knife in the bathtub where there was blood everywhere. So he used a machete and a kitchen knife. This was after what we know now is him and his dad were having a political conversation and argument, and he went crazy on his
Wasn't the dad like FBI or like a federal,
federal worker,
federal agent, or
for
worker.
like 20-something years. So then he thought his dad was the enemy for being a federal worker. Now,
that's why I don't vote.
You don't vote. You don't exercise your rights.
But I don't like.
There's a lot of people that don't. They just are like, I give up.
Yeah,
I hate the drama.
It's so bad. Mm-hmm.
Now in the bedroom next to the bathroom, they found his dad's head in a plastic bag inside a big like cooking pot. And in another room, they found rubber gloves that were bloody. So the gloves that he had on when he cut his dad and when he was in the video. They used cell phone location and found Justin 100 miles away in Fort Indiana Town Gap. His car was found outside a National Guard base, and he had jumped over the fence and entered into the base. Still unsure, they have not reported what his plan was to do there. He was arrested and arraigned at 4 a.m. that night.
I think he was calling for people to like come and shoot kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but were those his friends or not his friends? Like, did he think that was part of his militia, or was he trying to go and?
Apparently, this boy been on 4chan, which if you don't know what that is, that you don't need to know because it's just like dark web stuff and like all these just. Apparently, the FBI knew about this guy, and they were kind of, I guess, maybe watching him, but maybe not that closely. That's just what I have seen.
Yes.
Places. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
He had graduated from Penn State University with a degree in agribusiness management, which he paid for by student loans. He was pissed and has filed a lawsuit in August of 2022 because this lawsuit was for more than $10 million. He is suing the United States because his degree did not lead to better jobs or higher pay. but rather it disadvantaged him because he has been perceived as an overeducated white male, and the affirmative action policies hurt his chances at a career.
I'm about to sue too.
Sorry for being a dumbass.
It also said that because he had an obligation to make payments on the student loan led to mental anguish, emotional distress, and a financial strain, and a lack of savings and debt, all that impacted his quality of life. This is in his document.
Yes, I have all of those effects from my past life.
You don't have student loans.
Emotional
You have a
distress,
scholarship.
intentional emotional distress.
You should sue Dirty Chad.
I think I might.
But this was the 4th time he has tried to sue the United States government.
No.
And all 4 claims have been rejected by the courts.
I don't think you're going to be successful in your suing, dude.
I mean, how do you name the I'm suing the United States?
You just do it. You know, you just do
He
it.
even appealed it, and then it was upheld by the appellate court. Like, this is just showing you a little bit about how crazy he was. He has been called an incel, which he has to be because he was 32-year-old, and he has lived at home with mom and dad since.
I don't have that red flag.
Red flag. That's the one red flag that Matt does not have.
No, I got out when I was 18.
Let's see what else. Okay, he said in his video, he was blaming the Biden administration for the destruction of the U.S. economy, and that the federal government of America has declared war on American citizens and the American states. America is rotting from the inside out as far-left woke mobs rampage our once prosperous cities, turning them into lawless zones. These are like some of his like Facebook posts where he has 0 to 1 likes.
Because he's an incel.
Oh, it just kind of goes on and on and on. So he has a whole manifesto, but I don't know that I've seen the manifesto yet.
Anybody with the manifesto.
But he also hates Trump. So people were trying to like tie him to Trump, but he's also talked bad about Trump in his Facebook post. And they said that his parents, I guess, were more left. And so he hated like his parents for that.
Well,
but then he wasn't right either. He hated all government entities.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, when you go live on YouTube and you show your dad's decapitated head in a bag and then you put it in a pot.
And what's so bad is like he's just going to probably go to an institution.
Do they even have institutions? No, they just send him to jail or prison for.
Every time we bring up an institution, you say the same thing. We have multiple in the whole world.
Well, that's why someone like Dexter needs to check
find him.
Yeah.
Okay. It. Jennifer Crumley is the mom of the Oxford, Michigan school shooter kid who killed 4 people and injured 7 others. That trial's going on right now, and let me just tell you, it is wild because her defense attorney is she's spastic.
Mm-hmm.
She's loud. She's animated. And she got so flustered at one point during this trial. She's like standing up on her laptop, like going over text messages. Correct. This is correct. She's like, oh my God, I can't get it to work. Oh, I'm just going to kill myself. This is what she says during trial, as she's questioning a witness.
I thought she had like a famous attorney, somebody that.
No, it's the one who defended
Harvey.
No,
Weinstein?
the gymnastics coach.
Oh, the other pervert.
Yeah, Larry Nassar.
Nassar. Okay.
Yes, but anyway, the mom. So she's on trial because of him She's actually being charged with manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, 4 charges, because of her not paying attention to him, whatever, all of his needs.
Yeah.
She took the stand today, and we'll talk about that more. Also, Murdaugh, they had the juror hearing, which that was the Monday was the best day. Listening to that 8 hours of it, I loved every second of it.
We'll go back to that.
Every second of it. Courthouse Becky. Get up on the stand. She lying. She's not credible. Nope. But that doesn't mean that he's innocent. So the judge ruled
no trial.
No new trial. He's still guilty. And apparently people are like, she set it up to where it's going to be able to go on appeal. But she apparently that judge was like,
I'm serious, no trial, like leave it alone.
like she knew her shit.
Yeah.
Like, she had researched. She's like, I've read the whole transcript of the whole 6-week trial, and I don't even read a book, so I mean that's a whole bunch of stuff.
So Murdaugh, no trial, basically.
No new trial.
Yeah. Good.
Nope.
Good. Okay, that's a lot of news.
Yeah, it's been yep.
So
good stuff.
That is all we have for the news. You're going to get a full episode Thursday. You're also going to get a full episode on Patreon this week. So if you're not on Patreon, get on Patreon because the story it's a little crazy. It's mind bender. All right. And it is unsolved and it's still a missing persons case. So we might need you to help us solve it.
All right. Get your printer ready so you can print out that picture
and
of
put
the
on
person. Put on your
your
steering wheel.
Yeah. Okay. Matt, you want to tell them bye?
Yeah, bye.
Don't forget to
stay aware.
Stay alive.
Hey, can I say this part? Always be DTF.
Yay!
Love it. Love it.
This has been a Rogue Media Network